Hey guys, I have a very quick math video for you. Hang on one second here. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so what I was saying is I have a quick math video for you today. Alright, so this is about additive inverses. So what an additive inverse is, it's a fancy name for saying a negative exponent. It's a fancy name for negative exponent, okay? So A is the number, the whole number, and X is the negative exponent. Now, before I do this program, this computer impressed me in the fact that it can calculate a negative exponent without having to write an application. But I wanted to write an application anyway. For those of you who aren't familiar with negative exponents, now I covered negative square roots. This is different. A negative exponent is when you have a whole number, or it could be a fraction, but for this video I'm using whole numbers. Okay, 1 or greater, no integers. And so when you take a whole number and you raise it to a power, a lot of the times it's squared or cubed. People are familiar with that. So this is like, it's not the opposite of that, but a negative square root, and this is why I made this program for those of you who aren't familiar with it. What would you do here? How would you calculate this? So it's asking me for A. Now we're going to put in a number like 5. So 5 is going to be substituted for A. So 5 is our base number, and now it wants to know what our exponent is going to be. And 5 squared, I'm going to make it 2. 5 squared, you guys know, is 25, okay? But if we stuck a 5 here, and we put a 2 here, what about this negative sign? How do you calculate that? You can't unless you know how to, it's a formula, okay? You could stick that up there, but then what do? Most people have no idea. Okay, so this program, when I press enter, it's going to elaborate. Now, this computer is, if there was ever a troublesome computer to program, it's the color computer, okay? Now, I'm going to use your imagination here. So, we substituted 5 for A, and we substituted 2 for X. Now, what I mean by troublesome is that this computer, when it prints a variable, it puts a space here. Don't ask me why, I can't fix it, but this 2 should be over here, because I'm trying to, in text mode, denote 5 to the negative 2, and this was the best I could do in text mode, but now I have a space to deal with, and that's just the way it is. That 2 should be right here, there shouldn't be a space, so 5 to the negative 2, use your imagination, equals, now here's the formula part, and this is how you calculate a negative exponent, equals 1 over 5 squared. So, okay, so this is how you do it. If you ever see a number to a negative exponent, you simply draw a line, a fraction bar, you put a 1 on top, and you put the variable or the base number to the negative exponent on the bottom without the minus sign. Just take the minus sign away, draw a fraction bar, put it on the bottom and put a 1 on top, and then you evaluate from there. This would be equal to 1 over 25, and this is the fraction equivalent. And it's as simple as that. And now I'm going to break out of this program and clear the screen and show you that this computer can evaluate these statements by itself. It does, which is pretty impressive. Now we get the decimal value. And that's all it's going to give you. It's not going to give you a breakdown. It's not going to give you a fraction. But it's the correct answer. So let's run this program again. For those of you who still don't understand, what is A? 2. We're going to make this easy. What is X? We're going to put 1. 2 to the 1 would be what? 2, right guys? Okay? It's the same as just writing the number 2. But because this negative is there, it is equivalent to 2 to the negative 1 is equivalent to 1 over 2 to the first, or just simply 1/2. And as you can see, it gives us the decimal equivalent of 1/2, which is 0.5. And there you have it. Now, this is the end of the program. I'm not going to say anything more. I just thought this was interesting. I did not realize that this computer had that type of power capability. It can't evaluate negative square roots, but it can evaluate negative exponents, which is really good. So that's it for this one. And take care and keep watching and let me know what you think.